What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 223 of the Monday Night Wars. I'm Chad Talks, and joining me, as always, is J-Mac Gaming. Oh, man. I can't wait for the pre-show match of Shane Douglas versus Disco Inferno, Justin.
That's going to be my favorite match. Chad, we're one night away, taken away from Bash of the Beach 99. What do you got in store for this Nitro?
Oh, a lot. This is a wild ride. I hope you're ready.
All right, let's get into it. Chad, we have Tanaka taking on Dave Taylor in our pre-show opener. And Tanaka wins in an abysmal pre-show match. 7:34 with the Indian Death Drop.
Wins the Indian Death Drop.
And then
our next match, of course, is Disco Inferno taking on Shane Douglas.
In your pre-show main event.
Yes. Just kidding, it's Hulk Hogan.
Hogan gets a big win over Shane Douglas.
Wasted a 91 on the pre-show. Thanks, Hulk. Thank Hulkster.
Got a 74. Maybe got Shane over.
Maybe.
Right.
Incredible.
Get in there.
All right, so we show a video package showing Scott Steiner defeating Goldberg and ending the streak and winning the championship Sunday at Bash at the Beach. We pan to the arena and we hear, "Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your new WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Scott Steiner!" And Scott Steiner comes down to the ring, and he's driving an ATV, Justin. And he just, drives it down the ramp. He's looking like a badass. He's got his world championship. And he talks about how, "Last night I did what people said couldn't be done. I ended the streak of Goldberg. And I put Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump, on the damn map." And then everyone cheers. He says, "This championship around my largest arms in the business means two things. One, it's a champion who is fit to be a champion. Somebody who's jacked, sexy, and a tough motherfucker. And second, we're done with Goldberg. We're done with the NWO. We're done with Hulk Hogan. This is now the house that Scott Steiner built, brother." And the fans are chanting. They're all over the place. "And I'm gonna take on anybody who wants to get their ass kicked by Scott Steiner. Come down to this ring and fight me, because I'm not backing down from anyone. Go ahead, somebody come out. Let's fight." And then Eric Bischoff's music hits.
Oh, shit.
And he comes out and he says, Scott. Listen, all right, first of all, I'm not here to fight you. All right, and if you put your hands on me, I'm going to have to fire you. All right, let's get that straight. No, Scott, I came down here for two reasons of my own. One, to congratulate you on winning the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. That's got to be such an accomplishment. Scott, a lot of people thought that all you were was a half-decent tag team wrestler, and you really showed them that they were wrong. You still only have half a brain, but you're not a half-ass wrestler. Scott, says, "All right, one more crack like that, and I'm going to kick your ass, Eric. All right, listen, all right, relax. I'm just having some fun, Scott. This is Nitro. And I came down here for the second reason, which is to announce that me and Sylvester Stallone have discussed a blockbuster trade. A trade that has sent two big names to different brands and a bunch of others. First things first, Nitro receives the Dudley Boyz, Sick Boy and Low D, Chris Benoit, Big Daddy V, Davey Boy and Jim Neidhart, Alex Wright, Steven Regal, and Bret the Hitman Hart. Thunder receives the Faces of Fear, New Jack, Jake the Snake, Sid Vicious, Hitman, Diamond Dallas Page, and the Icon Sting. These will go into effect right now, and the championships held by those wrestlers will hereby be stripped and replaced at later dates. Because at WCW, we are full of surprises. And remember, Uncle Eric loves you. And he does some like cheeky smirk and then says, also, Scott, tonight's main event is going to be Bret Hart taking on Kevin Nash, the NWO Wolfpack leader, and my best friend, and a guy that you're friends with, Raven, in a triple threat match. And the winner of that match will face you at our next pay-per-view. So I hope you're ready.
Oh man, Goldberg not even getting a rematch for the belt.
Goldberg didn't even show up tonight, brother.
Goldberg didn't even show up?
Yeah.
Wow. Breaking news. Goldberg going to WWF? Confirmed?
Confirmed? We come back, and the WCW Nitro Tag Team titles are on the line against the Dudley Boyz versus the Foundation. Two of the newest tag teams on Nitro, brother. And then about that, a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. The Foundation defeat the Dudley Boyz when Davey Boy Smith pinned Devon with a running power slam, and the Foundation win the WCW Nitro Tag Team titles. What a match, Justin.
What an absolute match. A 71 for these two big teams. Good for the Dudleys. Technically, as of right now, dual tag team champions, as they still have the Thunder Tag titles. We move on to the next segment here, Chad.
Yes. And Bret the Hitman Hart is watching that match, and an announcer asks Bret, "How does it feel to see two of your family members win the tag team titles?" And he says, "Those two, they are technically blood, but you remember a number of months ago, they turned their back on me. All right. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't have family here. They came in this trade, but they didn't come because I wanted them to. I don't care who gets traded with me. I don't care what brand I'm on. I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And a certain member of my family claimed to be the best Hart going today. And mark my words, Mean Gene. Bret Hart is going to prove that I am the face of this family. And this Nitro, this is a new start for Bret Hart." And then you just hear clapping. Kevin Nash says, "Wow, that was such a touching speech. Scott, I think I shed a tear." Listen, Bret. All right, first of all, me and Scott Hall wanted to just, first of all, welcome you to Nitro. And we also wanted to give you an invitation to the NWO Wolfpack. You see, we kicked out Hulk Hogan, and we're looking for new members. And since you just said that those people back there aren't your family, well, there's no better family to have than the Wolfpack, brother. And he says, "So, come on, Bret, why don't you do the right thing and do what's best for your career and trade in the pink and gold for some black and silver, brother." And he puts up the too sweet, and Scott Hall puts up the too sweet. And Bret Hart looks at it and then walks away.
Wow, they're trying to recruit Bret Hart. But Bret Hart being that lone wolf. Let's move on to the next segment. Regal and Canyon, Chad.
Got a 69.
Nice.
We come back to the ring, and Steven Regal defeats Chris Canyon in 11:49 by submission with a Regal stretch. Good for Steven Regal.
Good for Chris Canyon. And he lost the belt last night, the World Television title, in a good match with China, and then immediately comes out, gets stretched out by Regal, and taps out.
Yeah, what a wild time it must be to work for WCW, right?
Then Raven.
Raven's backstage. Mean Gene says, "Raven, how does it feel to have another opportunity at the World Championship against a man you call a friend, Scott Steiner?" And he says, "First of all, I just want to say, Scotty, I know you're watching. Congratulations, buddy, on winning the World Championship. Me and Kidman, we got caught up in the tag titles, so I didn't get the opportunity to really celebrate with you and tell you how much you winning the title means to me. All right, I didn't get to say that to you, but don't worry, we'll have time to celebrate. And listen, I'm gonna win the triple threat match tonight, and then I'm gonna go on to the pay-per-view and wrestle Scott. And listen, Scott and I, we got a lot of respect for each other. We're friends, but he knows as well as I do that when that bell rings, it's all about that gold. And I'm looking forward to wrestling Scott for that championship. And I'll tell you what, Mean Gene, I'm looking forward to winning."
Oh, Raven. I didn't even. Never mind. Let's move on. Oh,
you didn't. Hey, Randy Savage and China have pretty good chemistry.
Speaking of world television title.
Yeah, China comes out, open challenge for the television title, and Macho Man Randy Savage enters the call. And in 11:41, Randy Savage beats China and wins the WCW World Television Championship.
This match had no reason to do this good. And here we are, 78.
It did. Ooh, yeah.
So China, wins the belt last night, then immediately loses the belt the next night to someone else.
To the Macho Man.
WCW at its finest. Let's move on.
Randy Savage, who's riding high off of a Sting victory.
Well, he just got beat down, it looks like.
And as he's celebrating, Chris Benoit attacks Randy Savage from behind. Benoit, one of the newcomers of Nitro.
Yeah, one of the newest WCW Nitro members, taking out the new WCW television champion, Chad.
Randy Savage, huh? What could this possibly mean, Justin?
Well, it means they're going to fight each other, it looks like.
Yeah, you could surmise.
Oh, God.
We come back and we got a fatal four-way tag team championship match. Mike Awesome and Alex Wright taking on Sabu and Saturn, two hardcore boys. Sick Boy and Low D and Lenny Lane and Evan Courageous. Some people have said that those four in particular at the end might be the future of the industry, brother.
No one's ever said Future and Lenny Lane.
Unless the word to get released is in the middle.
In the future.
Right, I'm about to have subpar wrestling in Little Heat. Alex Wright and Mike Awesome defeat Sabu and Saturn, Sick Boy and Low D, and Lenny Lane and Evan Courageous. The order of elimination was Sick Boy and Low D first, and then Lenny Lane and Evan Courageous, and then finally Sabu and Saturn.
Good for Alex Wright and Mike Awesome. What a match. That's all I can say here.
Just a makeshift tag team match thrown together. What's that for Sick Boy and Low D?
Mike Awesome is getting better at his gimmick.
That's good. His gimmick's being awesome. We go backstage and Lex Luger. Lex Luger has.
Out there.
yeah. We come back and Lex Luger has the one half of the Global Tag Team Championships, and he says, "Well, it's a sad day for the Total Cable package. Sid Vicious was traded to Thunder, and while every other champion holding belts on other brands were forced to vacate them, Eric Bischoff told me that since we are the Global Tag Team Champions, that Sid Vicious and I can still keep our titles. And we can even still appear with each other on different shows. But this just means that that me and Sid Vicious have to constantly be on the same page. We have to make sure that we defend these titles at all costs because Sid Vicious is my best friend, damn it. And we're the Total Cable package, and we want the best ratings possible, and you don't get good ratings without Lex Luger and Sid Vicious, the Total Cable package." And then Mean Gene's, who's interviewing him, is like checking his earpiece in his ear, and he says, "Lex, I just want to let you know that it's been confirmed by Eric Bischoff that you and Sid Vicious are going to defend the Global Tag Team Championships in a fatal four-way match at the pay-per-view, and there are going to be qualifying matches in the coming weeks to determine your opponents. So you'll have your first real test at the pay-per-view."
Ooh.
And Lex Luger freaks out. He just says, "What?" And he's in catering. He flips over the hors d'oeuvre tray. He just freaks out. He makes a huge scene.
All right, we move on to the next segment. Dreamer Incredible, Chad.
Yes, of course. This is for the vacant hardcore title because, of course, New Jack, who was on a roll, let's see if the roll carries over to Thunder, was traded. And that's why he was traded, Justin, because New Jack was doing good things. And but now we've got Just Incredible, the man who rescued a cat from a tree once, and Dreamer, the global champion who won the belt at Bash of the Beach. And in a poor match, Dreamer defeats Just Incredible with a pile driver and wins the WCW Hardcore Championship.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Good for Dreamer. Poor New Jack, had to vacate the belt, but Dreamer coming in, gets his belt back.
Yes.
Yeah, 71. Let's go.
Dreamer has the microphone and he says, "And just like that, this belt is back where it belongs, with the Dreamer." He says, "Now listen, all right, I was told by management backstage that contractually, I'm not allowed to call it the pure title anymore because it confuses all of the idiots who watch the show and don't know which title is what. And let me tell you something. If you are that dumb, you don't deserve to be a dreamer because only the intelligent fans can be a dreamer. And I assure you that none of those people are at the Stingman Coliseum in Georgia right now. And everyone boos. He says, but that's okay. Listen, I spelled it out for you. Bring it in. And someone reels in a chalkboard. And he says, you see, I am the global champion. You see, me, hello, Dreamer. Thomas Dreamer, if we're going to be real technical and professional. He says, and you see, so the global champion plus the hardcore championship equals, and here's the thing, guys, dual champion. But you see this arrow that goes underneath the hardcore title. In parentheses, that's pure championship. Because before this belt was this, it was the pure championship. Because I'm better than the barbaric hardcore wrestlers that once held this belt. So let's get one thing straight. Even though it will technically be called the hardcore title, all of the dreamers, which again are none of you people, will refer to this as the pure title. All right? Good. Glad we understand each other. I tried to speak real slow for all of you idiots. And for all of my adoring fans watching at home, I just want you all to know that if you dream big, you never lose.
I hate Tommy Dreamer.
You what?
I hate Tommy Dreamer.
That's good. That's what he's supposed to do.
Main event time. Oh my fucking
Main event time. Got a 90 in here. What was that sound?
That's sick, bro. What the fuck?
In an exceptional match, apparently Hulk Hogan did some good work at ringside. I don't know who he was managing.
Yeah, gotta figure that out.
Yeah, he did good at ringside, distracting Kevin Nash, I guess. In an exceptional match, Raven defeats Bret Hart and Kevin Nash when Raven pinned Kevin Nash with a pile driver, brother.
That's fucking unreal. 98 main event.
And we are in the ring. Scott Steiner and Raven, they stare at each other. Scott Steiner takes off his sunglasses. Then he puts out a hand, and Raven shakes his hand, and they hug. And because they're friends. And then Scott Steiner goes to turn back around, and Raven attacks him from behind. He starts jumping Scott Steiner, beating him down. He throws him all around the arena, and he kept shouting, "You want to know how I feel about you being world champion, Scott? Huh?" And he's like pummeling him. He's like, "You want to know how I feel?" And he spits on Scott. He says, "It makes me sick." And he's taking the belt, and he's pummeling him with it. He was like, "This should be mine! This should be mine!" And he throws Scott, and Scott gets some offense, and he starts pummeling Raven. But the surprise was just too much. Raven knees Scott Steiner in the balls, and when he falls, Raven takes the belt, bops him in the face with it, and then stands tall, holding the world championship high. To end the show.
Boo. 90. God damn it.
Got a 90, brother. Oh,
man. God damn it. We can't. Raven draws, brother.
Raven draws, brother.
All right, that's episode 223, Chad.
Yes. What did Raw get?
An 87.
Woo-hoo-hoo! You'll love to see it.
Remember whose pay-per-view did better, though.
That's okay.
You can win the little battles, but I'm winning the war, Chad.
The war's not over yet, brother. But we hope you enjoyed it, everyone. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and stay tuned because we got big things planned, brother.
We do, Chad. We do. We got Thunder coming up next, Chad, and I doubt
we
that
do.
can compete with Nitro.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
All right. Peace. Bye. And fuck Cody Rhodes.